Jussie Smollett, nominated for an NAACP award, and host Anthony Anderson hopes he wins. This, my friends, is what we call good old celebrity justice. Not only have all the charges against this man been dropped, even when the police are trying to bill him, I kid you not, actually have it. We'll jump back to this. The police are demanding 130 grand from Jussie Smollett. We'll come back and we'll read this after this story. When you have the state's attorney, who didn't really recuse herself, just said she was backing away. The whole office should have recused itself. You had Michelle Obama, an aide for the Obamas, for Michelle Obama, intervening, and here we are. Will Jussie Smollett face any real penance? Absolutely not. In fact, he's gonna get an award. Good for him. Celebrity justice. You can commit 16 felonies, and that's what happens in this country. Yeah. Okay. Just days after the prosecutors dropped all charges against Jussie Smollett, who had been indicted on 16 counts of disorderly conduct, the Empire actor could again make headlines. Smollett is nominated for the 2019 NAACP Image Awards scheduled for Saturday. Six-time host and Blackish star Anthony Anderson told Variety on Wednesday that he hopes to see the controversial actor there. I hope he wins, Anderson added. I'm happy for him that the system worked for him in his favor because the system isn't always fair, especially for people of color. So I'm glad it worked out for him. Oh, great. Listen, we don't like it when the system punishes the innocent and frees the guilty. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your gender identity. I don't care where you're from or what you believe. I care that we seek out justice for the innocent. And Jussie Smollett, by all accounts, is a perpetrator who got away with it. Now he wants him to win an award. When asked whether or not Smollett would be in attendance at the award ceremony this year, Representative Pamela Sharp told USA Today that she did not have all the information as of now. This is the fourth consecutive year Smollett has been nominated in the Image Awards Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series category. He previously won in that category in 2017, and he has also nabbed 3 different music-related Image Awards for his work on Empire, according to IMDb. He's been in attendance for the last 3 award shows. It's not my place or any other person's place to judge him or whatnot, but I'm glad that he's nominated, Anderson concluded. I hope he wins because I'd be interested to hear his speech, where he lies. Listen, Jussie Smollett claimed he was attacked by white dudes. Okay, he lied. We know he lied. We got video evidence of the 2 brothers buying the gear. And what did his lawyer say the other day? You may have seen it. Maybe they were wearing whiteface. Well, now good on him. No one really cares. You know, one of the biggest issues I've always had with the police and with activists is that they refuse to hold themselves accountable. CNN won't hold themselves accountable. Nobody will. Nobody will. In-groups protect the in-group, and this is what I absolutely detest. This is why I hate tribalism. I hate tribes, and I want to have nothing to do with any of them. If you're a cop, you break the law, you should go down for it. If you're an activist and you break the law, you should go down for it. Period. Well, getting to the activist thing, that's a little bit more complicated, to be fair. Sometimes laws need to be broken in protest, like, to smoke weed or something like that. So that's different. But what I mean to say is, at Occupy Wall Street, I'll give you a better example. At Occupy Wall Street, when a couple women were raped in the park, and the activists said, don't tell the police, we'll deal with it, my response is, well, I'm not going to swear. I don't have anything to do with you. You would let that woman who was brutally raped suffer and never receive justice because to you, it's better to protect your image and your group's power. Of course. That's what they do. And there's videos. And so here's what happens. You'll see a video of police doing something wrong. And we'll all know that something bad happened, that they should be punished in some capacity. And then, was it like 90% of the time they don't get in trouble for it? And you often hear things like they were scared for their lives or things like that. Sometimes I recognize some of these stories get overblown. But there absolutely are instances, and I've been on the stick end of these situations, where the police do things wrong, like kicking my door in at my home without a warrant and just screaming at us, or 12 cars surrounding my car in Chicago and screaming at us. You see these instances. There's one video. It was the North Carolina incident. I think it was North Carolina, where you had This black dude starts running away, and then the cop just pulls out his gun and shoots him. I think he died. I'm not sure. And then the other cop who's there, it's all on video, lies for him. Now, that cop is going to prison, okay? Straight up. But there are stories where we only hear about it because of the evidence. We know that in the police department, they have something called, the thin blue line. You don't cross the blue line. Activists have the same exact saying. Snitches get stitches. It means the same thing. It means if our group breaks the rules, we get away with it. So what happens now? Let's get back to Jussie Smollett, now that I've gone on an analogy tangent. Jussie Smollett, boy, did he really just smack everyone in this country in the face as hard as possible. I went over to the Chicago subreddit, and the top comment on the story was, we all know what this monster did, and he's getting away with it. And you know what? It's because his buddies are powerful, and it's because they're going to let him walk. And what happens? His in-group says, good on him. Good on him. Why? They say that too often the system isn't fair, especially for people of color. I actually think that's true. I do. I do think the system is not fair, especially for people of color, 100%. That doesn't mean that when we have evidence of wrongdoing, we let criminals get away with it. It means we need to work harder to protect the innocent. Just because two wrongs don't make a right, man. Man, this stuff really bothers me. But let's move on here. So I just want to pull this story up real quick to see if they have any. So here we go. We do have an expanded quote from Anthony Anderson. He says, "This marks the 50th year of the Image Awards, and it's the first time being held at the Dolby, also home to the Oscars. I think it's grown every year, and this is the culmination of that growth," Anderson said. "When I took over 6 years ago," I don't know if any of this matters. "Considering Anderson is a hit on ABC, and he will soon have," is this story about? Oh, yes. Okay, so this is about him hoping Jussie Smollett wins. But I don't think there's any more to expand on that quote. So let's go over and see what Chicago's on about. We have this. This is from Edward N. Siskel, Corporation Counsel, Department of Law, City of Chicago, March 28th. And it's to Jussie Smollett, care of his lawyers, it looks. It's a partnership. And it says, repayment of investigation costs for false police report. Let's go. The City of Chicago and the Chicago Police Department have take seriously those who make false statements to the police, thereby diverting resources from other investigations and undermining the criminal justice system. On January 29th, 2019, you made a police report in which you falsely claimed that 2 men had attacked you while yelling racial and homophobic slurs. Chicago Police Department conducted an extensive investigation into this report. Over 24 detectives and police officers participated in the investigation, ultimately spending weeks investigating your false claims, including a substantial number of overtime hours. As part of this investigation, Chicago police reviewed video and physical evidence and conducted several interviews, expended resources that could have been used for other investigations. Ultimately, the Chicago police investigation revealed that you knowingly filed a false police report and had in fact orchestrated your own attack. In an attempt to resolve this matter without further legal action, the city requires immediate payment of the $130,106.15, even to the 15 cents, expended on overtime hours in the investigation of this matter. Please submit a money order or certified cashier's check payable to City of Chicago to the following address within 7 days of the date of this letter. That's a hefty cashier's check. And it's to Edward Siskel at North LaSalle in Chicago. If the amount is not timely paid, the Department of Law may prosecute you for making a false statement to the city under Section 121010 of the Municipal Code of Chicago to pursue any other legal remedy available at law. A violation of the false statement ordinance imposes a fine of not less than $500 and a maximum of $1,000 plus up to 3 times the amount of damages the city sustains as a result of the violation. The city may also seek to recover court costs, collection costs, and attorney's fees. If you have any questions, please call me. And he posted his number. So this is publicly available information. FYI, it's posted to Twitter. But I think what may be the most alarming here is perhaps I accidentally buried the lead. Perhaps I should have highlighted this section here where they say they might actually prosecute him again. It says if the amount is not timely paid, the Department of Law may prosecute you for making a false statement to the city under Section 121010 of the Municipal Code of Chicago, or pursue any other legal remedy available at law. So it went to a grand jury. The grand jury indicted on 16 counts. And now we have the Department of Law, City of Chicago, I think he might get charged again. So keep in mind, we still got the federal charges. The feds are investigating now. Trump tweeted about it. Trump Jr. apparently retweeted James Woods. And now we have the city of Chicago saying they might come after him again. I don't think you're going to get away with this, but excuse me. I don't think you are going to get away with this one, buddy. You can win all the awards you want. You can have all the people in the world cheering for you. Oh my God, I just realized something. I think I just found some kind of USA Today dog whistle. Did you notice it yet? Some people probably noticed it right in the beginning. This is a story about the NAACP. So is it coincidental then? This man making a white power hand gesture. I just saw this. What? I feel bad for NerdWallet. I should screenshot that. NerdWallet, what are you doing? Don't you realize what you're doing? This poor guy. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna leave it there. More to come. It's not over. Jussie Smollett is not gonna walk away from this one, squeaky clean. I think they're not gonna let it go. They want justice. And Chicago, look, Chicago's corrupt as hell. Like the police are corrupt and the states, they're all corrupt. Totally. Chicago police were operating black sites. That means their locations off papers. Like you know where they are, where they would like beat and torture people. There were apparently 10 activists kidnapped for like a week during NATO protests. Really crazy stuff. Anyway, I'll leave it there. Thanks for hanging out. Stick around. I got another video coming up at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will see you then.